Welcome back, everyone. It is now July 1st of 2023, and given that the Dial of Destiny has now been out for a couple of days, and given that on preview night on Thursday it garnered around 7 million, and that really gives you a kind of rough idea of where the weekend is heading for Indiana Jones 5. And by the way, thank you all for participating in the couple of last videos of explaining what your experience looked like in the theaters or online, about how full or empty they really were. If you guys want to participate about that again, below in the comments, it's much appreciated. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support. And let's get into exactly what's going on with Bob Iger. Now, you guys may or may not know this, but Bob Iger is in a real heated battle right now with himself and the higher-ups over at Disney, and they're not happy with him. He's going in full damage control and saying ludicrous things about Indiana Jones 5, the Dial of Destiny. We're going to be covering every single thing from start to finish. But before we get to that, what's really alarming, that has a lot to do with Bob Iger, is by making ridiculous statistics about what's going on with the Dial of Destiny and its box office return and what's going on with this movie so far. So, one thing about Bob Iger is that we know that he is heading into full damage control mode, not just for this film, but he also did a similar thing with the closure of the Galactic Starcruiser Hotel that's going to shut down by this September, by the way, and more. So let's get into the specifics here, shall we? Now, with Kathleen Kennedy endlessly trying to upsell Indy 5, Bob Iger recently defended Indy 5 in a desperate attempt to get more people into the theaters to boost his box office results. Now, Bob Iger delivered the following. We have been dealing with many groups of individuals that have tried to create a false narrative with the story of the box office return for this film. And I can firmly say that we are following a very successful path with our 5th Indiana Jones film. We are very much easily projecting to obtain around the 1 billion mark worldwide, as we have been carefully tracking our path through this weekend leading into July 4th. We have no doubt in our minds that this will be our most successful film for 2023. Okay, Iger, that's not saying much if you're comparing it to Elemental, but I digress. It's going to be a slow, progressive success, he says, but we will get there. We have so many great promotions available through Applebee's and more that have been of great help for us for Indy 5. We are very optimistic about this film's success. We are still in the talks for Indiana Jones sequels and how we can expand on some of the newer characters. So let me stop here for a second. So what really boggles my mind is, where does Bob Iger get the idea that this movie is going to hit the $1 billion mark worldwide? I sure as hell don't. I don't see that happening at all, and I don't really see how that's even possible, given that so far, the weekend has not been looking good. Everybody that has been reporting here in the comments, thank you all for really giving us a vivid view of what the selling is looking like for this movie. A lot of theaters have been looking empty, or a third filled, half filled at the most in a lot of scenarios. I would love to hear back from you guys once again as well in the comments. That would be of great help. But Bob Iger is really putting it out there that this movie is going to garner 1 billion at the box office. Now again, hey, anything can happen. Let's be honest about this. Anything can happen. A rabbit can be pulled out of the hat. But I think that that is not in reality here. That's just not going to happen. After what happened with The Flash and Fast X, and yes, I know they're not Disney films, I just don't see this happening. I really just can't see this in any, universe happening at all. But anyways, moving on to the next thing. We know that Bob Iger, the reason why he's going into such damage control on a historic level is because he knows that his legacy is on the line. Not only did he fail with Elemental, Galactic Starcruiser Hotel, and now potentially Indy 5, the Dial of Destiny on a financial end of the spectrum, That really is a very bad image for himself as CEO. And basically, a lot of the higher-ups want him out. They want to fire him by next year before he willingly steps down as CEO. That's basically what they want to do. Anyways, moving on. Let's get on with it. He goes on to state, "We were dealing with tons of doubters trying to convince others to not see our film, and we know that both we have created a great product here in the end. Here at Disney, we are happy to say that this film's box office performance is looking to performing very well throughout the month of July, and we have no doubt in our mind that other films won't pose a threat against its performance, since it's a film that stands on its own and is of a different genre that spans generations. Many claiming this film won't hit near the 1 billion mark are creating a completely false projection for our film that only want to bring down a potential success on our front. We are thankful for everyone participating in seeing our film and spreading the good word about it. Thank you." Again, Bob Iger, I think that Mission Impossible is going to crush this movie because of Tom Cruise's passion for film and his passion for his brand. Now, look, when you look at a film like Mission Impossible, the reason why it's getting so much praise is that it comes from the heart. It doesn't go for money. It doesn't go for statistics. It doesn't go for breaking down an iconic character. And at the end of the day, right, Mission Impossible is a perfect example where each and every movie outperforms the other. I mean, Tom Cruise is killing it. He knows what the fans want. He always says it's for the fans. Everything is always for the fans. Meanwhile, Lucasfilm is the complete opposite. So look, Indy 5 has had so far a mixed review segment on Rotten Tomatoes, which I know cannot be 100% trusted. I understand that. But I would like to hear from you guys below in the comments. You know, what did you think about Indy 5 in total, if you guys did see it? Anybody out there that did get a chance to go ahead and, you know, catch the film, what was your experience? To be honest, I mean, this film does not touch anywhere near, you know, the past 3 movies. Not even close. In fact, when you compare Indy 5 to Indy 4, I just feel that Crystal Skull felt more like an Indiana Jones film at times than this. And when you look at stuff like all of the cast members, like Teddy, for example, one of the characters in there, and how he was created solely by Kathleen Kennedy to be a discount version of Shorty, aka Short Round, also known as Juan Lee. I really don't know around, but that's just my take on things, of how ridiculous it really is. But at the end of the day, too, we got to remember that Phoebe Waller-Bridge contributed to the story and contributed to Mutt's death in this film, and how Indiana Jones had to be a very emotional-driven character that lost a lot of things in his life. And so he basically got the Luke Skywalker treatment in The Last Jedi, and that's what a lot of you out there would agree with me on that have seen the film, is that it really did feel like The Last Jedi 2.0 scenario at times. So anyways, guys, you know, drop a comment below, fill me in below what you all have to say about this, and if you guys to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys next time.